What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. So, with real life coming back, there's been three, I guess, instances that I'm aware of that have happened over these past couple regionals. The first one, and what we're going to do today is talk about those instances and how to prevent them happening to you, right? How do you prevent these accidents, cheating, mistakes, misplays happening, and how to help both you and your opponent from that happening, and what can we do to fix this, right? So the first one, there's no video proof of it, obviously, but at regionals, there was a player who made top 8, and what had happened is some of the cards were deemed marked, right? Marked cards are where specific cards supposedly have indications on them. Maybe they're marked with a little fingernail or something, or maybe there's dirt on certain. They were marked in some way that you could tell, like, hey, these cards obviously you know what they are. So what can you do to help with that, right? Now, this could have been an accident, right? It could be, over the course of playing, the cards got dirty, the sleeves got dirty, and maybe they just happened to get marked, right? So what can you do to prevent this? Well, one thing that I always like to do to help with my sleeves, make sure that they're cleaned and everything, is before I have a regionals, I sleeve with a new one. Just re-sleeve the whole deck. Maybe give some shuffles before the tournament, because if not, they're going to be kind of slippery. And then you go from there. And then what you could do is maybe go into day 2. If you are a very heavy shuffler, maybe you switch them out going to day 2. I'd rather you be safe than sorry. I'd rather you, say, hey, I do play really aggressive. My cards crease, they bend. Maybe they pick up dirt really easily. Maybe if they're the light colored sleeves, they do tend to pick up more dirt and stuff. So those could be a big thing too. So I would say maybe if you go into day 2, go ahead and re-sleeve the deck. Why not? I'd rather be safe than sorry, right? You don't want to get any disqualifications. You don't want to get anything happening to you, right? Now, what do you do if you're playing against, somebody who supposedly has marked sleeves, right? Well, sometimes you can just let them know, like, hey, man, I think your sleeves might be a little bit too dirty. One thing that you can do, too, as a player is make sure you have extra sleeves on you, too, because I always have an extra, like, when I buy Dragon Shields, there's 100 in a box or something like that, right? And I keep those with me. If a card gets too damaged or dirty or something, I'll go ahead and switch it out. So that could be a big thing you do. You can let your opponent know, like, hey, man, like, I'm not accusing you of cheating or anything, but your sleeves seem kind of dirty. Just want to let you know. That way the judges, see it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. If you notice, like, hey, they're prize cards, there's like a cards there is like marked or something, you can ask them to, I think you can ask to switch out, and see why you couldn't. Be like, hey, man, that sleeve's like kind of dirty. Can you switch it out and shuffle your prize cards? I think that's allowed. I would see why they wouldn't be. Or you just let them know. I know for sure you could just tell them, and then afterwards they can re-sleeve their deck or something. Just give them fair warning, right? So that could be a big thing too. But I think this is more so on the player, not so much the opponent, right? So I think if you're the opponent, you don't have to worry about this too much. But as a player, I would, like, my recommendations for playing so long is, like, get a whole new set of sleeves. I know people that use the same sleeves forever. Don't do that. Just put new sleeves on for a tournament, right? That's a big thing. And then go into day 2, make day 2. Congratulations, made day 2. Go ahead and sleeve the deck up again, right? And then these are easy things that you can fix and make sure you don't get dinged for them. And if you, that way you don't get it, right? We never want it to happen where somebody gets dinged for marked sleeves, right? So that's a big thing. So that's the 2 big things there for that, right? Just change your sleeves out twice. Be rather safe than sorry. Carry extra sleeves on you so nothing can happen. Now, the next 2 subjects were actually on film. I'm going to do my best to bleep the names out, because we're not so much trying to glitch hunt here. We're trying to help players prevent stuff happening, right? We don't want stuff happening. At first, I love that we have these ability to use markers. These markers are great. TC Evolutions is a website where you can buy stuff like this. They have these things like this. They actually have, like, really cool dice and stuff. I think they should still be up and running. But let's watch this video real quick. And let's talk about, like I said, we're gonna keep the names out of it. I don't want to go to witch hunt. Just trying to help everybody, figure out what they're doing. So right now, we have a Malamar or Rapid Strike Tentacles. We know you put a Rapid Strike Pokemon in your deck, it does 40 times the amount of Pokemon you put in there. And what we're going to see is the player on the left debate about what they're going to do here. How do we one-shot this Arceus? You do need 9. All right, so there we go. Boom, 9 cards, right? Right? No harm, no foul, right? We think it's 9, right? But as we're watching, let's do that real quick. And let's see. Let's try it again. Now, this is more so 1, 2. Now, if you notice, this Pokemon is not a Rapid Strike Pokemon. This is a Drizzile. This is not Rapid Strike. These are just regulars. Now, everything else in his hand is Rapid Strike. Now, what was this cheating or not? That's not what we're talking about. We'll just say it's a mistake, right? Could be cheating. I don't know. How to prevent cheating, right? That's what we're talking about. So what happened here, right? We needed 9 to knock out the Mew. Player on the left had exactly 9. But if you notice, those cards go real quick. Now, once again, this is more so player on the right should have maybe looked into this because it does happen really, really quick. And I don't want to say it's anybody's player on the right fault either because the player on the left could have done that on purpose. But what could we have done in this situation, right? Well, the first thing is, if you're the player on the right, can you say, hey, can I see those cards? The player's not going to say no, right? They're not going to say no. Like, they can't say that because this is public knowledge right now. You can see what those cards are, right? Never be afraid to ask your opponent what cards they're showing you, right? That's allowed. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to ask them, hey, what cards are those? What cards are your discard pile? What card did you just grab out of your deck? Oh, what does it do? You can ask that stuff. It's public knowledge. Like, you can ask that stuff. So don't ever be scared to ask, hey, what cards did you just shuffle into your deck? That's a big thing too. And the player on the left, they should also know that, like, hey, this is not a Rapid Strike card. I should double check this. Right? Was it intentional or not intentional? That's up to debate. We're not here to talk about that. So what can we learn from this situation? Well, the big thing is we want to take our time, right? We don't want to just flash our cards, go about it that way. Because if you do, mistakes like this happen. Player on the left, intentional, not intentional, I don't know. You're on stream regardless. And especially, you're on stream. You're on stream, so make sure no misplays happen, right? So this is a big deal. This is a really big deal. We want to make sure that we take our time. We know what all our cards do. Player on the right should be like, hey, can I see those cards real quick? And especially with like a deck like this, like Drizzles, they look like Rapid Strike cards, right? They do. So like, can I fault either player? No. Is it an honest mistake? I have no idea. That's not for me to decide. But what we can learn about is just ask your opponent, hey, can I see those cards? Hey, what do those cards do? Hey, can I see your discard pile? Can I read a Teleon? Can I read a Drizzile? Can I read what those cards do? And if that would have happened, nothing would have happened. Now, eventually the player on the left does get DQ'd, right? So, was it a titch or not? I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you, right? So that's a big thing here. But yeah, how can we prevent this? Just take your time. Ask questions. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I played in a Pokemon tournament yesterday, and I was playing against a card. I had no idea what it did, so I asked questions. I said, "Hey, what does that card do? What does that card do?" So I had to read a bunch of cards. And reading is good. So make sure you just take your time, read cards, and that prevents, cheating, mistakes, stuff like that, right? So that's a big thing there. So that's the video footage of the first thing. Let me pull up the second video real quick. All right, so here we go. Once again, we're hiding the names. We don't want to see names. We're not here to witch hunt. We're here to help everybody else. So what we're going to do, we're going to watch the player on the right play their deck, right? This is the big thing. So see the player on the right, playing the Mew Genesect deck, doing their thing. Let's see. They're going to switch, going to go into the Mew VMAX. We got Mew versus Arceus Dark Box, 2 of the best decks in format right now, of course. And let's see what we're going to do. So we got a Switchblade. No supporter cards just yet that we know of. And they're asking about something, I'm not sure. So we see Mew VMAX comes down. And we see, okay. We're going to lease Sparkles to the active. Okay. So, they don't own the active. There's only one Fuse Strike Energy anyway. You see there's 2 and 1 here. So, you can, I think on this situation, you can pick 2 because you don't know which one they're going to go to. So, but we know there's only 3 in play. So, that's not the situation. Now, if you know there's 3 fusion strikes in one of the discard pile, you can't use Elise Sparkle. That's a big thing too. Just to let y'all know, because you can't target anybody because there's no fusion strikes. So, all right. So we see Rose Tower for 1. So we used a Rose Tower. Okay. Then let's see. We're gonna do Genesect. So we turn that Genesect sideways. We got a dice. Okay, very beautiful. Let's see here. What else do we have? So we see an Ultra Ball. Gonna grab some cards. Okay. Let's see. We'll grab another Genesect. Maybe another Mew VMAX. Maybe nothing. Maybe Oricorio. Meloetta. So we got Meloetta here. So Meloetta comes down. Let's see what else. I like these V-Star markers right here. You can't really see it. It's like a little cardboard cutout. All right, Meloetta comes down. Now, this is where things get kind of interesting because this Genesect all of a sudden, it got turned straight all of a sudden. So we're going to use Genesect again. That's 2 times. Touch a DTE. And then let's see. We're going to see Rotom Phone. Go look at top 5. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Rotom Phone's going to go right here. Also, I'm always scared with these cards go right here. You should probably put your card like right over here. From first-hand experience, because if you accidentally drop your deck on this card, where's that one card at? Who knows? So, maybe put it over here to be safe. Just keep it out of the way. So we'll put that on top of the deck now for the Rotom Phone. And then we're going to do Genesect. And look, so they're saying, oh, I've only used it 1 time. Okay. Yeah. One time. And then we do Genesect number 3. So, what happened here? Well, we did good at first. You know, that first Genesect. You know, gave a little tilt there, right? Where'd it go? Did we give a Genesect a little tilt? So you see how the Genesect has a tilt to it? That's a good thing to do. Saying, hey, I've used this Genesect, right? I think that's a cool thing to do. You can also use, like, Pokemon gives you like poison counters and bird counters. You can use these to say, okay, you've been using it. And also the opponent left did a good job, too, of, like, notating, hey, my opponent has used Genesect once, so that's good. But what happens right here? That's the real question. We need to figure out, why does this Genesect get tapped, right? Let's figure out, see if we can figure out what happens. What was the issue that this happened? So we look on our hand. Okay, put the hand back down. We're cutting the deck. So we tap it, look at our discard pile. And then while he's looking at his discard pile, he draws 6 cards. Now, fault on the player on the left, I have no idea, right? Because now the player on the right just started drawing. So what could have been done about the situation? And I know this is like nitpicking right now, but the player on the left, what he could have done is just keep your eyes on the field the whole time. If you keep your eyes on the field the whole time, your opponent can't do anything like this. They can't untap this Genesect all of a sudden, right? Because if your eyes were looking at the board the whole time, you don't see the Genesect on tap, and and the player on the left might have actually missed the player drawing cards. So there's a couple things, and they were doing good, right? They were doing great. The person on the left had a little counter going. The person on the right was tapping and untapping, the Pokemon that have used abilities for. But then when we go to the next one, for some reason, we don't even tap the Genesect now. Was it on a mistake? I don't know. And now we see, okay, so he's paying attention. We see the number 2. So, is it intentional or not intentional? Is it cheating and mistakes? That's not for me to decide. But what could we have done to fix this? Well, the player on the left could have been looking at the board state the whole time. Don't take your eyes off the board. And also, the player on the right, the tapping is fine. But then when you have you adjust the cards and stuff like that, that's where issues might start happening, because you might have I maybe forgot or something. And this might have been on a mistake. Maybe we just accidentally tap. I mean, both videos might be mistakes. Not 100% sure. Like I said, that's up to other people to decide. My thing is, what could be done to prevent this? Well, I think with the Zorks, maybe you turn them sideways like we were. Maybe you have like little markers. You can, like I said, the last video, there's like certain websites that sell ability use. Those are really nice to have. And also, if you, let's say like the play on the left, if you provide and have your own, like, hey, can you please use these to mark your cards that we've used abilities, I don't think your opponent's ever going to say no, right? Because then that's going to look weird. So I do like the dice count on the left. Opponent did a great job, trying to keep up. Play on the right was tilting, then we untilted. Maybe it was an accident. But I do like, we need to make sure we pay attention to our opponent's side of the field, because this one wasn't as bad. Like, really, as soon as you look at this crowd, the incident happened, right? And I think some players, what they'll do is they will, like, look at their hand the whole time, shuffle their hand, mess around the cards, and stuff like that, and they don't pay attention to board state, and stuff like that happens. So that's a big thing. Usually when I try to play and it's my opponent's turn, I usually do what we see the player on the left do, just put my cards down, and usually I try to fan them out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my opponent on the right can't ask me any questions like how many cards you have left, because they're shown, right? And I'm not touching my cards. Even after I get Marnied or something, I usually just put the 4 cards out and just keep them there. I don't even look at my cards until it's my turn, because I don't want to give anything away. We'll keep it as mystery for both of us. So yeah, I think those are some big things to do. Were these videos cheating? I don't know. I'm just trying to give like hints and stuff, because next weekend is EUIC, and if you are going, I think this is very helpful stuff. It might seem, not big brain and everything like that, but I think it is helpful to talk about this. There's other discussions that we can have too. And maybe we'll talk about them later on in other videos. If you have any other incidents you would talk about and what can we do in those instances, let me know. Because we want to make sure that everybody plays to their best. No mistakes are happening, and we just want to learn how to prevent cheating and mistakes, right? So yeah, hope you enjoyed this quick little video breaking down some incidents that are happening. There might be more. If there's more videos you want me to talk about, let me know. We have other videos where you make mistakes. They're on the channel too. If you want to check them out, just type in like cheating or something. I think they pop up. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. EUIC is next weekend, so you better believe it. Next week we'll cover a bunch of stuff for EUIC. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. See you tomorrow for Expand Thursday. Alrighty, bye.